Subathons are a fun way to get more gifts and subscribers on TikTok Live. Let's compare and set up TikFinity's Subathon timer with the new one from Live Studio. And if you don't know how a Subathon works, then basically the viewers either subscribe or send gifts, and it extends a timer that is shown on your live stream, and you have to live stream until the timer hits 0. And so before you start the setup, there's a few things to think about. The way I look at it, you want to think about how much money you're willing to earn per hour. So ChatGPT has helped me come up with some numbers, and I'll be using these numbers throughout the video. Basically, as you know, when you cash out, you get 0.5 cents per coin, and that's for gifts. So if you set your subathon to 1 coin per second, then you'll be earning $18 an hour. Now, as you might know, for subscriptions, you unfortunately get as low as 35% of the subscription cost if they have subbed on mobile. So a $6 sub gets you $2.10. And again, ChatGPT has helped me quickly work this out. 10 subs an hour is $21. So if you want to earn $21 an hour from subs, that is 360 seconds per sub. And we'll be using both of these numbers throughout the video, but you just think about how much you want to earn per hour and run the calculations yourself. Like I said, ChatGPT helped me. Now, before we continue with the setup, you'll probably want to make highlight clips from your subathon. And today's sponsor, Riverside, makes that easy. I'll put a link and a discount to Riverside on screen and in the description. Riverside is a web-based tool, and it lets you easily record or even multi-stream from your browser. But as you can see, I also have an upload button where I can simply download my live stream VOD and upload it into Riverside. So you can see I've done this one with a previous live stream. So I'll click into my project, and there's a load of different ways we can create our highlight clips. If I scroll down a little bit, you can see I've got the magic clips option, and this is just going to use Riverside's AI to generate a ton of useful clips for us. And as you can see, I've got 14 different AI generated clips, and I've already exported some of them. But we can also just press the edit from scratch button, and you get this fantastic text-based editor. For example, you can just highlight things, click the dots, and create an edit only of the highlighted text. You can swap between square, landscape, or vertical, and you can also add captions with just a few clicks. So look how easy it was for me there to add these captions in. And also the AI producer at the top is fantastic. It can remove all pauses with just a few clicks. So all I have to do here is choose the pace and press apply, and it removes all pauses. And those are just some of the features inside Riverside's video editor. And of course, when you're done, you just export it, and then you can easily upload it to your favorite social platform. So thank you to Riverside for sponsoring this video. Once again, I'll put both a discount and the link to Riverside on screen and in the description. All right, so we're going to compare and set up both, and this will be for Windows or Mac, and this is going to work on Live Studio, OBS, or Streamlabs. And we're going to start with a setup for TikFinity, which in my example in Live Studio here is the yellow one at the bottom. So start with the TikFinity basics. If you are on Windows, you need to download the TikFinity desktop app. Mac users, you'll need the TikFinity website. I'll put both of them in the description. Of course, just log in on the setup page, add your username, click on TikTok login at the bottom, and make sure you've logged into TikTok. And that's your basic TikFinity setup complete. And of course, I'll put my longer TikFinity guide in the description, but let's scroll down on the left and click on timer. And this is what our focus is on. And if we go back to my notepad, like I said, we're going to set this up so we're earning somewhere between $18 and $21 per hour from our subathon. Basically what that means is if we end up earning below that, the stream is over. Now we'll come back to the overlay at the top later to customize it, but we'll just start by scrolling down to the settings. And of course, just in case you don't get any gifts or subs, you want a minimum stream length, and this is your default start value. So probably anywhere from 30 minutes to 1 hour is good as a default start value. That just means if you're unfortunate and you don't get any gifts or subs, you're still going to stream for that length of time. Of course, always worth keeping in mind, it's on you to actually end the stream, so you can just keep going if you want. So looking at the settings on TikFinity here, you can see you can actually do it for follows, shares, likes, and chat messages as well. So if you want to incentivize non-monetary things as well, then you can add some time to these, and you can use decimals. For example, you could go 0.1 per follow, for example. Anyway, I'm just going to reset that back to 0, and I'm just going to do it for money, i.e. coins or subs. And as I said earlier, 360 seconds per sub will earn me $21 an hour, so I'll put that in. And 1 second per coin. Again, you might have your sub set to a different price, so you calculate it how you want. And action on expiry here. This can trigger an alert on our screen when the timer hits 0 to tell the viewers that the stream is ending. So let's press change and just create one for fun. I'm going to press create new action. I've named it stream ending, and of course you can then do any of these things on the screen. And once again, my longer TikFinity guide is in the description, but for me, I'm just going to use text-to-speech to read out loud that the stream is ending. So I've checked the box, I've typed the stream is ending, thanks for your support, and let's just test it to hear what it sounds like.
The stream is ending. Thanks for your support.
So basically, once my subathon timer hits 0, it will read that out loud. All of the other default sections on TikFinity are fine for this, so we'll press save. And then quickly, we'll head to the actions and events page and copy screen 1 and make sure this is added as a link source to Live Studio or a browser source to OBS or Streamlabs. So you can see for me in Live Studio, I've got screen 1 added here as a link source. Make sure sound is turned on. Now this didn't need a custom resolution really because this just plays sound. But if you're using TikFinity properly, I would encourage you to have text alerts on the screen, so that would need a custom resolution set properly. And of course, one last important step, let's head back to our timer. And firstly, let's customize it and then add it to Live Studio, OBS or Streamlabs. So you can see what I've done is, as you can see from my thumbnails, I like the color yellow and I like the color black. So I've given it a nice yellow background, and the alpha might be see-through by default. If you like that, then that's an alpha between 0 and 1. But if you want a permanent background, just increase the alpha to 1. Pick a background color you like, and then pick a font color you like. I like the default font here, but of course there's a ton of fonts you can pick from. I always encourage you to be unique. That's the beauty of TikFinity. Everyone can have their own unique setup, so press OK once you're happy with it. And now it's time to add it to Live Studio or OBS or Streamlabs. So copy the URL, and then you want to press the Add Source button and choose the link option. And you want to paste it in and choose Custom Resolution, turn on sound, and for me a width of 200 and a height of 100 was fine. You can see the preview is actually a bit broken, showing it bigger than it is, but 200 by 100 is good, and press OK. And then just right click, rename it, and name it to something that makes sense other than link, like TikFinity Subathon. Then you can click on it again and it should have the red outline. You can drag it around, you can resize it in the corner, and you can place it where you want on the screen. Now as you can see, I also pressed add source and I chose text, and I just added some text above to tell the viewers what to do. And I used this nice preset that Live Studio has, and again I just customized this to my yellow and black theme. And once again, I just clicked on the text and I dragged it around and placed it where I wanted. I put it above my timer. I also right click, renamed it, and then of course lock them both into place so you don't accidentally click on them. One more important thing with TikFinity, make sure you press the start button to begin the timer after your live stream begins. So I think for most people, TikFinity's Subathon timer is better than the Live Studio one, and we'll see why in a second. But anyway, if you are using Live Studio, just keep the desktop app open in the background. You can just minimize it and your Subathon timer should run fine. Once again, my longer TikFinity guide is in the description. But if you don't like having a lot of software open, you might just want to use Live Studio, so let's set that one up as well. Now, once again, if you didn't already, think about how much you want to earn per hour from either gifts or subs. And I say or because unfortunately you can't do both with this one. Anyway, let's add it anyway. So press add source on the left, and you're going to scroll down and look for this countdown option. So let's look at our settings. This is an extendable countdown, and it is either send gifts or it is subscribe. So like I said earlier, 1 coin per 1 second, that'll make you $18 an hour. So that's what I've gone for. And then I think this sometimes does auto update when you type here, but if it doesn't, you can just type the text to show the viewers what to do. And in this example, I've set the initial duration of my stream to 1 hour. And the one benefit Live Studio's Subathon timer has is you can set a maximum time. Once again, set a description. I've just put what the viewers can send and change the font if you want something different. And then just press apply. And once again, just click on it on the left, right click, rename. I've named it Live Studio Subathon. Once it's renamed, click on it and you can drag it around and place it wherever you want on your screen. And of course, you can always drag the red squares. There we go, I did it properly. You drag the red squares to resize it as well. As you saw in my settings, always start live with this countdown, so it just auto starts. Now, as you saw, it wasn't letting me edit it, so let's see if we can do subscribers instead. So it looks like I can by deleting it. So if you want subscribers instead of gifts, we'll obviously just check subscribers. Again, we're gonna run it when the live stream starts. Time added by 1 new subscriber. Of course, we don't want 1 second because you need an insane number of subs per hour. We want 360 seconds per sub as calculated by ChatGPT to earn us $21 an hour. So let's type that in. And I think this default text is fine. Again, we can change the font. It looks like we don't have any customization options in terms of color. I'm sure they'll add that eventually. So if we want a Subathon timer instead, we just add the source. Once again, we click on it, we rename it. So once again, I've named it Live Studio Subathon. And then just click on it again and resize it and place it wherever you want on the screen. Once you're done, just lock it into place. So as we saw, you can only use the Live Studio Subathon for one or the other, but maybe if you've got a weak PC which can't handle multiple programs, then maybe use the Live Studio Subathon. But as you can see, the TikFinity Subathon is far more customizable in terms of colors. And again, as we can see on the timer page, just in terms of what you can do as well, you can even do it for follows, shares, likes, and messages. So I'll put both my longer TikFinity guide on the screen now, and if you prefer OBS or Streamlabs, then you just need a stream key and you can get one for free by watching the video on screen.